me introduce myself. My name is Shashangan. My track number H20203. I will present the part of data arrangement. As you can see, this is the truth table of data arrangement for the labor force in Selangor by age group 25 to 29 and 30 to 34 from 1982 to 2019. There are three types of table can be used to describe the data. The first one is frequency division. The second one is relative frequency division. And the third one is cumulative frequency divisions. This two table is showing up the frequency divisions. There are three columns inside the table which are classes, daily, and frequency. In this table, there are 6 classes. All the classes correspond to their respective daily and frequency. Then total up all the frequency, they will get 36. Next, this two table is showing up the relative frequency divisions. The formula for the relative frequency divisions is class frequency divide sample size. For example, the table for the age group 25 to 29 and 30 to 34, the frequency for the first classes is 11. And use the 11 to divide the sample size, which is 36. Then we'll get the relative frequency, which is 0.31. And the following use the same formula. Furthermore, these two tables is showing up the cumulative frequency divisions. The formula for the cumulative frequency divisions is cumulative frequency of the last class equal to sample size. For example, the second classes for cumulative frequency of the table by age group 25 to 29, it is 17. This is come from the frequency of the first classes, it is 11, plus the frequency of the second classes, it is 6. Then we'll get the 17. And the following use the same formula. And the example of the cumulative frequency by age group 30 to 34. The cumulative frequency of the second classes is 19. It is come from the frequency of the first classes is 11 plus the frequency of the second classes it is 8. Then we'll get the cumulative frequency for the second classes it is 19. And the following use the same formula. Lastly, the last classes of the cumulative frequency is equal to sample size. That's all for my part. Thank you. The next part is graphical method. This two table is showing up the labor force in Selangor by age group 25 to 29 and 30 to 34 from 1982 to 2019. And we use two types of graph, which is frequency polygon and bar chart. The following is showing up the frequency polygon and bar chart for the labor force in Selangor by age group 25 to 29 from 1982 to 2019. Next, the following is also showing up the frequency polygon and bar chart for the labor force in Selangor by age group 30 to 34 from 1982 to 2019.
Hi madam, my name is Lim Xingying, normal metric H20A1190. Today I want to present about measure of central tendency. The slides show the table of the labor force in Selangor by age group 25 to 29 from 1982 to 2019. To find the mean, use the formula. Hence, the mean is 369.5. To find the median, first find the location of median class. Next, find the lower boundary, and the class width is equal to 96. And the cumulative frequency before median class is 17 and the frequency of the median class is 9. Next, use the formula given and the median is 322.17. For the calculation of mode, first find the highest frequency which are 11. Next, find the lower boundary which are 129.5 and the class width is 96. For the difference between frequency of model class and the frequency of the class before model class is 11, and the difference between frequency of model class and the frequency of the class after model class is 5. Hence, use the formula to calculate and the mode is 195.5. Next, to find the mean, use the same formula to calculation and the mean is 333.56. To find the median, the step is same as above and use the formula to calculation. Hence, the median is 292.88. And to find the mode, the step is also same as above. Hence, the mode is 182.86.
A very good day to Dr. Nazato and fellow friends. My name is Wong Shuting, metric number H20A1870. Today I would like to present about the measure of variation. A measure of variation is some parameters attempt to describe the amount of variation between random variables. Range, variance, and standard deviation are three parameters that are used to quantify the amount of variation in a set of random variables. First of all, I would like to share about the range. The range of a data is the difference between the maximum and minimum data entries in the set. The formula for range is maximum data entry minus minimum data entry. The range for each group 25 to 29 is 705 minus 130 equal to 575. Therefore, the range of labor force in Selangor for each group 25 to 29 is 575 or 575,000 people. The range for each group 30 to 34 is 709 minus 104 equal to 605. Therefore, the range of labor force in Selangor for each group 30 to 34 is 605 or 605,000 people. Next is variance. Variance is measuring the scattering of data from the minimum value. Small variance means the data is scattered around the minimum value. The high variance value indicate that the data is scattered far from the minimum value. The sample variance of each group 25 to 29 is 34,230.86 or 34,230,860 people. Moreover, the sample variance of each group 30 to 34 is 30,959.23 or 30,959,230 people. The following is standard deviation. Standard deviation is the most appropriate measurement for measuring data scattering. The value obtained reflects the position of the data scattered around the mean. The standard deviation for each group 25 to 29 is 185.02 or 185,020 people. The standard deviation for each group 30 to 34 is 175.95 or 175,950 people.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Asri bin Zulkifli Amin. My metric number is H20A1212. I will present about measure of position. First, the labor force in Selangor by age group 25 until 29 from 1982 until 2019. For the quarter 1, the answer is 208,120, and for the quarter 3 is 561,500, and lastly for the interquarter range is 353,380. And then for the second labor force in Selangor by age group 30 until 34 from 1982 until 2019. For the quarter 1, the answer is 186,140. For the quarter 2 is 440,170. Lastly, for the inter-quarter range is 254,030.
Hi, my name is Champeli and my metric number is H20A1118. Today, I would like to present about the shape of data distribution. Okay, the shape of distribution for the labor force in Selangor by age group 25 until 29 from the years 1982 until 2019 is square right. A square right distribution is one in which, unlike symmetrically distributed data in which all measure for center tendency are equal. The measure is square right data are dispersed, therefore square right. The mean, median, and mode of a distribution that is positive rated than negative or zero is referred to as a distribution. Okay, the shape of distribution for the labor force in Selangor by age group 30 until 34 from the years 1982 until 2019 is square right also. When the long tail is on the right side of distribution, it is said to be right square. Positively square is another term used by analysts because probability fall off more slowly for greater values. This condition happens as a result. Extreme value far from the peak are more common on the high end than on the low end. In a right square distribution, the mean is higher than median and mode. Okay, next is part B. I will present introduction to the data and variables. The data is large enough. Sample condition determines whether your sample size is sufficient in comparison to the population. For the large enough sample condition, a typical rule of thumb is N30, where N is your sample size. It is all relies on what you are attempting to do and how much you know about the distribution. Okay, for the variables, the first variable is independence variables. In an experiment study, an independent variable is a variable that you control or modify to see what effect it has. It is labeled independence because it is unaffected by the study other factor. In statistics, independent variable can also be referred to as variable that explains, variable that predicts, and variable on the right hand side. Okay, the second one is dependent variable. The dependent variable is the one that changes as a result of the manipulation of the independent variable. It's the result you want to measure and is depending on your independent variable. In statistics, dependent variables are also referred to as variable in the response, variable that influence the outcome, and variable on the left-hand side.
Furthermore, the person product moment correlation coefficient, person correlation for short, is a measure of the strength and direction of association that exists between two variables, measured on at least an interval scale. Therefore, person correlation for groundwater survey is negative 0.3395. There is a weak negative correlation at negative 0.3395 between pH of well water and bicarbonate of well water.
My name is Chua Shan-wen, metric number H2081123. I will present the simple linear regression. Simple linear regression is a basic regression model where there is only one independent variable and one dependent variable. The following is the solutions of simple linear regressions of our dataset. Calculate according to formula. The simple linear regressions of our dataset is y equal 432.1481 plus 37.7658x. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.